Hey, we're excited today. We got a special guest with us here, Emilio Frias.
Hey, man.
Free
Excited
us,
to be
free
here.
us,
Yes,
free
with this
us.
weather, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, listen. So before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself,
For
who
sure.
you are,
Yeah, man.
what
My
you
name's.
do,
Hey,
who let you in.
sounds good. Look at me
How'd
interrupting
you
you.
get past
I know.
security?
Hey,
Yeah.
they let me in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, it's too early to joke about what happened yet. Yeah, let's not do that.
No, that's right.
Hey.
They let you in while they were storming. You were jumping this
Yes.
wall now.
I was climbing the wall.
Climbing
yeah.
the wall.
Hey, no. My name is Emilio Frias. I Mexican, born in Mexico. Don't let the blue eyes fool you.
I've seen you on the news somewhere.
Oh.
I don't know where, but I heard somewhere to the news. I don't know.
Climbing.
Climbing.
So
No,
authentic,
but
authentic Mexican,
authentic, yes.
country
Born
Mexican.
and raised.
Okay.
And then Americanized. But yeah, so my name is Emilio, and I work for an amazing organization called Attack Poverty.
Tech poverty.
As we get to do amazing things across the city, serve the under-resourced communities. And my role, my job, there is I'm the director of strategic program development. We're working to have that title changed.
Yeah, that's a
It's
big
a
title.
tongue
Yeah.
twister.
Yeah.
And especially for guys like me, ESL, you got to
Yeah,
make sure you got
ESL,
something
yeah.
shorter than
They're
you
like, you want this
memorize
position?
it.
Like, no, I can't
You
pronounce
got to
that
shorten
position.
it. So yes, that's what we get to do. My job within Attack Poverty is to make sure that we form partnerships, be able to do new ventures within the organization, and it's just just work with companies, organizations like you guys,
Yeah.
and be able to just come in and help the communities that we're a part of.
And that's great, and that's where we've been spending a lot of time because one of your centers is in Richmond,
And that's
where,
our neighborhood.
where we're from, where
Yeah.
many of you heard us talk about.
Right.
So y'all have a resource center there in Richmond, and it gives us the opportunity to go and partner with Attack Poverty, Friends of North Richmond, to put events on. Really, just be a resource to whatever you guys.
Yeah, no,
need.
it's been fun working with
Yeah.
you guys. We've had some fun, right?
Yeah, we had some pretty good moments. Yeah.
Fed the
So-
community.
Yeah.
Give them some toys.
That's right.
We just
And
enjoyed
some
it.
food, toys and food. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to be out there, just
Yeah.
connecting with them,
Yeah.
just hanging out. I think for me, that's the most fulfilling part of it. It's just
Right.
not to send resources there, but actually be there. And that's what I love about what y'all do. Y'all are actually in the community.
Yeah,
It's
so
not a
Right.
drive-by, drop-off. Hey, let me pray with you.
well,
high
first of
five,
all, man, I'm
and
from
then
A-Leaf. It can't be a
Yeah,
drive-by.
right.
Drive-bys ain't cool. You ducking, you just running. Nah, but
doing-
he said something. I think that's the cool thing about Attack Poverty. One of the things we say a lot is we want to give people a hand up, not a handout.
That's right.
That's good.
And when you
Yeah.
give people handouts, let's just be honest, they keep coming back. They want
right.
more
Right.
and want more. But when you give them a hand up, you really put a path before them to be able to make them break out of the cycle of poverty, which is what we
Yeah.
want to do.
You help elevate them. That's great.
Yeah, and our goal is to come into communities like Richmond. We're in Rosenberg. We're in the north side of Houston. We are in Katy. We're also in China, India, Uganda. We have
Oh,
this
wow.
vision to be able to expand. So I get to oversee the international locations. That's the other fun part of this.
So do you ever get to fly over there?
Oh, I should be able to
Right.
fly
Oh,
out
but
there,
right now,
but
COVID,
COVID. No,
right.
so
Yeah.
Zoom. I mean, I pretend I get on
Wow.
there and pretend like we're flying
Oh,
there.
man.
But that's what we get
That's
to do.
pretty cool.
So through that, we get to come in and strengthen our under-resourced communities through various outreaches or a lot of the classes we do. There's a lot of different things that we do in community.
And you guys, when you go into the community, I will say one thing. What I love about you guys is it's when you dive into it as a whole, it's not really. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's you go into the community, you find the need, and you put feet on the ground.
Yeah.
But you're able to take that model and duplicate it, across Texas and across the world.
Yeah.
So what is it about Attack Poverty that just that simple model that makes it so effective? That you're able to take it and spread it, continue to build on it.
Yeah, man. One of the things, we're friends, right?
I
We're
think so,
friends.
right?
So a lot of our locations, if you pay attention to the organization, they're called Friends of. So one of the
Right.
things that we do is we don't show up anywhere uninvited. You got that
Gotcha.
you got that unwanted cousin that shows
No,
up all the
no.
time. It's not good. You get out.
Right.
Drinks
one of
all the
things,
beer,
Yeah,
never
they
brings
do all that
nothing, yeah.
stuff. It never brings anything.
Right,
You
right.
gotta make sure
Well,
if you're that
they'll-
cousin, bring something
They'll
next time
bring-
if you want to get
They'll
invited.
bring something that no one's going to eat, and then they take
Take
it
it
with
back,
them
yeah.
when they
Because
leave.
they knew nobody was gonna touch it.
Oh, who
We
bought
got
this
some-
Keystone beer?
We
Who
all
bought-
we all got
take it
some
with them.
we all got some
Yeah.
family members like that.
Yeah.
But the idea behind that of why we believe Attack Poverty is so successful is that instead of just going in and saying, hey, this is what you need, first we send people. We do something that they call community listening, which is we send people to the neighborhoods, our staff or anybody, and we identify what we've called a person of peace. So basically, I'm gonna translate it for
Yeah.
a person of peace is someone that people in the neighborhood listen to, someone that's got influence. And based on that, is you come in, I get to
Yeah.
meet you, I get to ask you questions about the neighborhood. Then we know what the need is there. Put it this
That's
way:
good.
if I was to come in and install, I don't know, let's say a Mexican restaurant in the middle of River Oaks, it may not succeed at first.
It will.
Because but let me tell you something, depending on where you put it, because of the need around it.
Right.
They might want Krispy Kreme. They didn't want
Right.
tacos Don Julio. I don't know. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so based on that, we make sure that when we listen to the community members, this person
Right.
of peace, we know what the community needs. It
How
would
do
be,
y'all pinpoint that person?
we knock on doors.
Oh, okay. So y'all just
We
kind
go
of
in.
okay. Good.
And we don't run.
Right,
we actually
right.
stay to the
Yeah.
answer.
And y'all pretty much ask them, and y'all if y'all get the name that keeps popping up, that's the person y'all go to.
Yeah, so we go.
No, you're talking about the person of how do they find
Yeah.
the person of influence?
Correct.
Yeah, well,
That's
basically,
somebody in the organization. Is that what
no.
That is?
So it's someone in the community.
Oh, it's someone. in the
So
community.
someone from the organization goes around it. So right now we're working together with a church in the Missouri City area to start an affiliate, which is something that I also oversee. Affiliates run a little different than our locations,
Right.
but what we do is we go and we just knock on doors.
Right.
And if someone opens up and they want to talk to us, we start asking questions. Hey, tell us a little bit about the neighborhood. What's happening? And what do you see? What do you feel the need
Right.
is? This and that. Based on that, then you start to see after that, as you know, you're going to realize that, let's say in the neighborhood, 10 people are going to open up their doors, or you're going to get to talk to them. Then you form relationships with them,
Then you get
and then
somebody
you
like
start,
Alex.
yeah, that
They say,
comes
hey,
out.
Alex knows
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, and then
And then
boom.
you-
But
I got
once
you.
I know that you know
Yeah.
everybody, you are my person.
Right.
Because you are the one
Gotcha.
that knows where Tia Juana lives on the
Gotcha,
corner.
gotcha,
You're the
gotcha.
one where I go over there.
Yeah.
So that's how I identify it. And then
Right.
based on that, we start asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes a process. It's not like, oh, I asked you 10 questions,
Right.
boom, let's go do
Right.
it. We form relationships, and then we come into the communities. And that's how we set
I
up.
love that
Wow.
because it's not. I think the one thing that someone who is struggling doesn't want is for somebody to come tell them this is why you're struggling. This is what you need to get better.
Right.
Y'all actually go in and say, hey, how can we help you get
Yeah.
better? Because even if it's a community that is impoverished, is that a word?
Yeah, impoverished.
Today it's a word. Come
Today
on.
it's a word.
Yeah, today it's a word.
2021, man. You can make up. Yeah, it's a new year. Make up anything.
That necessarily they might not need money right at
Yeah.
that moment. They may say, yeah, the community is in poverty, but money's not what we need right now. We need a park for the kids, or
Yeah.
Right.
or we need GED classes or bilingual. Like we need help getting better.
Something,
Right.
yeah. out
Yeah,
there.
and then the poverty would take care of it.
So y'all let people in the community teach, help out.
Yeah,
with
so
stuff like
after
that?
we find this community listening and we find out what's needed, then we go into the community and we find the resources to offer what they say that's needed.
Got it.
So everywhere in our locations, if you go, there's 3 areas, departments, if you want to put it. We focus on adult services, which is we do free ESL, GED. We help people write the resumes. We do you name it. We bring employers out to interview the people.
That's awesome.
good.
We have what we call child services. So every location where we're at, right across the street, there's an elementary school. And we partner with the elementary school. Now, you might be saying, well, wait, there's a lot of people already doing all this after-school activities and everything. Yes,
Yeah.
but because we are a faith-based organization, man, we teach them about the Bible.
That's good. Yeah.
In our mission, vision, we want to strengthen communities. And the first thing we strengthen them through is through spiritual growth.
Right.
And that's the key to it. I mean,
I believe so. Accountability, yeah.
And the church, we say it in churches, the church is the answer to the world. And
Yeah.
so we strengthen the spiritual component, and then from that we do the basic needs, revitalization, and education. We do other things. So child services, when we partner with the school districts,
Right.
we offer after-school care tutoring for the children, and we feed them every day. Well, this was pre-pandemic. It was every day. We fed them. We had volunteers.
We would have been over there all the time.
Yeah, I would have been there too. There's good food they give them. And then we have volunteers that come from all over the city, different
it's tutoring?
organizations.
Is that
So
what it
it's
is,
tutoring. So it's broken down. It's 2 hours. There is reading. So one of the things we found out, if
Right.
you get these kids to read 20 minutes, man, they'll do some good things. So there's some reading. There's some eating, because you got to eat. You got to
eat.
feed
I
these
say
kids.
go
There's some fun. and then there's tutoring. So the last hour, 45 minutes, last hour of every day was
Wow.
focused on just tutoring. So we would break down the kids by different grades with 2 tutors per grade, and they would get help. Our staff members at our locations would be in contact with the teachers on campus, and we would get assignments or different stuff to be able to bridge that between the schools and what we're doing. And the cool thing is Tuesday, Thursdays, you would have Bible lesson in there, and then Friday was what we called Fun Friday. So Friday was the day
Oh,
we
that's
had
cool.
nonprofits or different
Right.
organizations or people come out, and we either had people, you taught them some yoga. We had people that come out read. This lady that was in one of our occasions. This lady was a professional book reader.
Well, how did they make yogurt?
No, yoga.
Yogurt.
Yogurt?
No, what'd you say?
Yoga.
Yoga.
Yoda.
Yeah.
Yoda?
They stretch.
Star
Yoda.
Wars?
Yeah, no.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
That would have been some good
That'd be
thing.
good one,
Yogurt.
huh? Yeah.
But this lady would read to them, and she would put on this little microphone and, all right, children, man, her voice was so soothing.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to fall
You'll
asleep. I was
see.
like, hey. So we do that, and so that's through child services, and that's 1st through 5th grade, and we're
You
working.
talking about reading Fun Friday? I'm
Yeah.
thinking of pizza party, DJ.
Well, yeah.
I already got this after school party planned.
So everything every Friday was different. We had
Just whatever
athletes
somebody
come out,
wanted to
yeah,
come.
whatever
Yeah.
they wanted to come out and do.
and that's where you're looking for people to come and
And volunteer and give
Wow.
some of their time, and then the other component of it is what we call CRE, which is community revitalization events, and I forgot what the other E is for. So events and events. We're gonna call it today. Engagement. That's what it is.
Engagement.
Engagement. There we go. So in that, one of the components that we do is we go into the neighborhoods, and a lot of the neighborhoods that we serve were affected by Harvey. Well, there's a lot of people with low income or
Right.
resources to be able to fix their homes.
Right.
So we go in and we fix homes. We get volunteers to come
That's
out
good.
and give some of their time. We have finances, and we go in and we help remodel homes if there's some water damage. We do events for the community, which you've been a part of.
Right. Yeah. The flood damages that I can imagine. There's still tons of homes that need help because I remember even when we were doing the flood outreaches, we were coming in and doing big outreaches. I'm
Yeah.
talking about elevating homes,
Yeah.
busting out sheetrock, doing all these things to get them to a point
Yeah.
to where it's not a lot that they have left to fix.
Yeah.
But in reality, in their minds, if it's just an extra 5,000 after someone's helped them with 100,000,
Yeah.
that 5,000 to them may be 100,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And the fact that you guys are still going out there to helping them continue to get their homes built, I think that's a great thing. Is there
Yes.
still a lot of homes out
Yeah,
there?
man. There's still a lot of homes out there. So within Attack Poverty, we have a department that's called Disaster Recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 6 people on staff that's their job every day across the greater Houston area. They're going out and,
Wow.
and assessing homes, doing stuff. They were doing work with Louisiana right now, which
Wow.
with the
Yeah, they
hurricanes
have a
and
lot of stuff
everything, they were
going.
driving out a lot. So that's essentially what happens within our locations at Attack Poverty. And then of course we got our internationals, which
Right.
international locations where you do
Yeah.
the same stuff. We just tailor it to the country you're in. Right now,
That's
it's real
amazing.
cool. We
Yeah.
just built a well in China right before winter hit for a village up in the mountains.
Oh, that's awesome.
You had to get it in to be able to feed.
We need to go and check that out next
Hey,
time.
yes, we
But
do.
not like right
no,
now,
not
but,
right
yeah.
now. We need to do it later.
Yeah.
I've been saying I want to go on one of those mission trips, but
That'd be
maybe we
awesome.
should do that.
Yeah, I
Whenever
think
it
we
gets
should,
back
yeah.
up.
So we're gonna start
We'll go
planning
together.
one soon. We just did a pastors conference in Uganda. It's pretty cool. We did it through Zoom. 150 pastors and their
Oh, wow.
families meeting through Zoom, and so it was real cool. So we get to see the work there. India, we do it's an orphanage. It's
Wow.
50 kids. So we do all this different stuff all throughout it.
So Attack Poverty, this has a lot going on.
There's a lot,
great,
man.
Great
It's been a-
organization,
yeah.
impacting the communities, lives of so many.
I know you said it was faith based, right?
Yes.
So are there a lot of pastors involved? I know you're a pastor also.
Yeah, so I'm a pastor. So we have 4 pastors on staff.
Wow.
So that's what makes it real cool. Our
Yeah.
CEO, Brandon, is a pastor, was a pastor
That's
previous
right.
to this. Our founder was a pastor.
Yeah.
Our guy that leads our church mobilization, which is also cool. We have a guy just on staff that his job is just to connect churches.
Wow.
to
That's
work
awesome.
with us. So that's all he does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is pretty cool. So we have him, myself, and then we have another guy that's a church planner in the church planning world that leads Mercy Goods.
Right.
So
Right.
it's pretty cool
That's
having
good.
people with that background in the church world and then doing this kind of work.
Right.
Man, it
Yeah,
just makes
actually,
it
we
so
met
much fun.
what's the young man's name? With Mercy Goods.
Zach.
Zach?
No, not Zach.
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
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 Through Mercy Goods.
He's a great
Part
kid.
of the outreach
Yeah.
that Zach had going into the schools, pouring into these kids. Then connected us with them because he
Right.
liked fashion.
Yeah.
And we've been. he's
So
been
Mercy Goods, I'll say
connecting-
real quick. So I know people
Yeah.
might be watching. They're like, "Well, what's Mercy Goods?" It's this real cool place.
Yeah.
It really is.
Awesome.
I-
It's real
I
hipster
told-
place.
I said, hey, Zach, can you help me design a new building?
Yeah, for real.
Once we get it
Yeah.
built and moved in.
So Mercy Goods, it's a social enterprise of attack poverty. So basically, what that is there's kids that at school are struggling, high school students and everything, falling asleep, all that
Right.
stuff. So here's the reality of life. It's changed a lot from 10 years ago. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gonna have a degree.
Right.
Not everybody's gonna go to school to get one, and
Right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Because the way our society is moving, technology and everything, man. My kid right now, he's playing FIFA every single day. He beats me. He might become a millionaire. I'm gonna let him just do that.
Right.
Okay, I'm old. What's Fifi?
Man,
I
y'all,
don't
come
know.
on. Somebody
Tell
said
me,
Alex
tell
a
me.
FIFA, a
What's
soccer
a
game on
FIFA?
PlayStation. We know what you gotta get him for Christmas. It's
FIFA.
okay.
Now I can't
Different
ever
gen-
get past the first maze of
See,
Pac-Man.
I wouldn't even I ain't trying to anger the soccer players.
Yeah,
so
I don't even know what
wouldn't joke about
FIFA is. What is that? Like a brand? What I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a soccer game on PlayStation.
Oh, it's just a game, but it's not
Yeah.
like a brand.
No.
See, if
Well,
it was
it's a
I
brand,
wouldn't-
but
It's
It's, let me just
it's
leave it there.
all right, yeah, we're gonna
I don't
edit
know
this
about
part
football.
here.
Real USA football, man.
Milo gonna storm out.
No, so in Mercy Goods, what they do is they Zach had the vision for this place, and basically they teach the youth of
Right.
the Fort Bend County area, more than anything, Lamar Consolidated and Terry High School, they teach them crafts. Man, how do you
Yeah.
build a table just like the one we have in
Right.
here, bookshelves, all this stuff,
Cutting
and
boards.
then cutting boards,
Yeah.
and then there's candles, everything, and then they sell that. So out of that, they're teaching them
Wow.
a trade
Yeah,
to be
that's
able to
awesome.
man then go into this. So one of the guys, Tim, he's now up in Dallas
Right.
studying
Yeah.
fashion at UNT. So it's
Right.
it's pretty cool to see those kind of stories.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Emilio Frias from Attack Poverty. Tune in next week for part 2.